have to do as far as reporting, so. And we know it's gonna be a bit of a culture shock for Morningside to have us go in and check on all this.
So that means when you open the front door and they let you in, you can't get from the front door to the bathroom, that might be a problem.
That might be a problem.
Okay, go ahead, Maitri.
Are you thinking that it could be as part of this kind of annual inspection? And is that,
Yes.
would that be kind of the movement under which you could?
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as egress is concerned, we have the right. Morningside has the right to inspect their apartments as part of the proprietary lease or house rules. So it's just a matter of, it was never done before. And, you know, we understand it might be a cultural shock to people to have us just come in, just to look at your apartment, looking for leaks, looking for dangerous conditions.
Yeah,
A
they
number
look
of
for
items.
gas leaks, they look for a lot of different
Absolutely.
things, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move to Maitri.
Move that the board of directors shall issue a statement reminding shareholders that they should not yield to any pressure or coercion to fill in or turn in proxies for election ballots if approached by fellow cooperators.
Is there a second?
Second.
I'm glad you woke him up, because otherwise he would have died in one more second. Okay, it's before us. Maitri, speak.
I think it's, I mean, it speaks for itself. I think there's been feedback over the years that people come knocking door to door and basically coerce people into filling in ballots, submitting ballots to them and then taking them to the management office. So this is to directly address the fact that we want people to feel empowered to not succumb to any such pressure, and it's just a good reminder that there's each person should get a vote. They should vote however they want and not feel kind of accosted in their own homes and not that's it.
Doug?
If we vote this up, is it okay for people to still go door to door?
Yeah, and I think door to door, I mean, people can.
Campaigners can
Yeah.
still go door to door.
Yeah, but it's like, I think I'm specifically talking about the filling in of ballots and kind of collecting. People do that neighborly thing, but I think this is really more the coercive aspect, which people have basically said that they felt coerced and then had gone back to the management office and changed their vote because they felt that they couldn't say no to the person who's standing there and being correct for that. So I think that's the aspect of trying to.
So it's not that they changed the person's vote the first time, they got them to vote, and then they went to the office and changed the vote. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so that the person didn't feel comfortable saying no to someone.
But
who's saying
but
no.
this motion does not stop anybody from talking to people and asking them to fill out their ballot and signing it, right?
Can you ask that again?
This motion does
Yeah.
not prevent anybody from going door to door, speaking to the shareholder and asking to fill out their ballot so that it can get into the box. This does not stop that, am I correct?
It seems quite clear to me reading it that it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't seem clear to me, and that's why I'm asking the question.
Seems clear to me.
I'm asking the maker of the motion. What is the meaning of the motion? Are you saying that people should not be permitted to do this? Or that people in general, when people come to your door, don't allow them to do it? Which is it that you're saying?
I'm probably not understanding that.
Yeah.
No, it's her
No.
motion, please.
That's okay, but I'm letting Dan answer because I'm not getting the.
No,
I'm not
it's
getting
your
the-
motion. It's you should be able to explain it to me.
So, I think I have it right here. So I think the key words here are shall not yield to any pressure or coercion. Right, and it's neither that a person may not approach, it's neither that somebody can approach somebody and say, did you fill out your ballot? And, they say, oh, no, I haven't. They say, well, if you do it, I can, bring it, I can bring it down. And somebody else, and the tenant, the cooperator, can accept that. The key is pressure or coercion, whether the person feels pressured or coerced into making a decision versus a honest transaction.
James,
What's the mechanism to, this is a request for the board to make a statement, but there's nothing in here about a mechanism of what a cooperator does if they feel coerced. Right? So it's it's us making a statement, but I'm not sure that if this is really happening, it addresses the issue.
You think that there should be something about if you experience this, then notify management?
Yeah, well, because otherwise it's just us making a statement that I don't think most people will read or pay any attention to.
Unlike most of our material.
Yeah, unlike most people.
Anybody else wish to speak? Yes, John?
Something important about the election, just to say, I think the process works, I think it's something.
Okay, Jerry?
You're talking about issuing a statement? What is it? You mean that the board will put a statement out and
Yeah.
put it under people's doors?
Yeah.
I would say even just passing a motion is a statement. And maybe you might consider an amendment to withdraw shall issue a statement and just say remind shareholders that. Because otherwise it's, it's something that kind of has to be done. So I'm not sure that is necessary.
So you're saying directors remind, that the board of directors shall,
Remind
well, we want this,
Shareholders.
well, don't we want this to be the reminder? So this
This
statement?
is the statement.
So it is,
Right.
so that the board of directors reminds shareholders instead of
Yes.
reminding, okay?
Yes.
Does that would make better sense?
Yes.
Do you agree, Jerry?
Yeah, I think that.
Okay, so we're crossing out shall issue a statement?
Wait, I have to decide.
I know, I'm just saying what we would do. It's whatever you want to do, he's asking you.
No, I know, so ask me. So, no, that's fine, and I think I want to accept what James suggested as well. If a shareholder feels such coercion, please, because I think there's no action that's listed. So if a shareholder feels such coercion, please notify management.
Who's gonna do what?
I would.
They are encouraged to.
And what,
Then what do you do?
here's the problem.
Well, because-
You're looking for enforcement. There is no enforcement here. What are we gonna do? Arrest the people in the middle of the night because they had the nerve to go to somebody's apartment and say, I need you to sign the, think about it, just think about it.
Yeah.
So you come to my apartment, you tell me I should vote for Dan. I didn't do my ballot yet. Okay, but you're not leaving my front door. You're bothering me, and I want to get you off my front door. So I fill out the ballot the way you want. Here, go put it in.
Right.
Now I call Russell. I say, Russell, do you know what Maitre had the nerve to do today? He said, yeah. Okay. Thank you for the information. Then I go down and I change my vote because I didn't like what you did to me. Now, the question is, what is the purpose of telling him what you did to me? That's all I'm trying to figure out.
Because then management can, so if there's a group of people, if there's one person who's doing this consistently, then we can let that person know that that's inappropriate. Because I think people are feeling that they don't have a voice, or they don't know who to turn to. So I think really this is more of an educational piece to let them know that they have recourse, and that there should be one central person who could take that and tally it up and say, all right, this one person is going to, like someone, it's not just, if this is happening, and this is, I'm talking from specific examples, where if some people are particularly going to, door to door, that there's somebody, so it's not just like random people being told, it's, it's Tawana, whoever's at the front desk, who's collecting this and saying, this person has 5 complaints against them, someone do something. So what I'm saying is that there should be a centralized place where there's, people have a voice.
Sherry.
Let someone do something that is so nebulous and so, it's just wrong. The idea of, getting management involved in the election.
Or maybe notify
which
the elections committee.
Well, I would like to give our shareholders the benefit that they're actually smart enough to go ahead and say, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And I don't have a problem reminding people that they shouldn't be coerced. I think people understand that they shouldn't be coerced.
So
and
what
there
are you
certainly have been- I would just take the action part out.
Stop at the word,
You shouldn't have listened to
take out,
Jim.
in other words, stop at the word
So
cooperate,
just
right?
don't leave and just assume that they'll do whatever
Well,
makes sense.
I mean,
It's a reminder.
it's
It's
a
a reminder to the
reminder,
shareholder.
and I don't think that you can say, call Russell, because now you're bringing management into an election, which before you were saying, that we shouldn't be doing that. So I think to remind people that they shouldn't, that they have the power to do that is sufficient.
Dave, you wanted to say something, please?
I mean, to your point about, that people will generally know that they would do it, and I think what this motion really focuses on is, we have a lot of residents here who are, in various states of age and, and acuity, and they're not, on the ball, and they may not know this well, and those are the folks that are probably the most vulnerable to this kind of practice. So I do think that this is something that is important, and I do think that having some kind of action, and it does make sense when you're dropping your ballot or your proxy method management. This is the same kind of action, and I think that if we want to say it in here or we just want to assume it, management should report these matters to the elections committee and the board, if that was the case. And I think in a timely way, whether we have to put that there is I'm not sure, but I think that it is. We have to have some kind of action for people to do. And the elections committee, contact elections.
James?
Then, if that's where you want to go, then maybe the board of directors should issue a statement reminding shareholders not to pressure or coerce. We put the action back on the people actually doing it, as opposed to the other cooperators who may feel intimidated to say anything, like we're giving them an extra sign. But if you really are trying to address this, I would have us warn the people who are doing this.
I can't agree with that, because this becomes more convoluted and strange. But Jeremy, go ahead.
I would say, I would vote for this motion if it does not have the last part on it, and if it has the statement part put out, that will remind people that. Because I believe that is a reasonable thing to say, and if it would make people feel better, I don't have a problem with it. However, if there is a thing in it that says call management or do this, I'm actually going to vote against this, because I think it just brings another layer of insanity into an election. I'm going to tell on you and somebody's going to do who doesn't have the authority to do that. So I would vote for it if it does not have that. If it does have that, I will vote against this motion.
Jeanette?
I think the wording here is a little,
Let's just be sure of something. Are you, before you speak on it, because I want to be sure what motion we're talking about, are you agreeing to make this motion saying, move that the board of directors reminds shareholders, that's the part you're agreeing to, up to the word cooperators, right? Is that the motion now? Okay, now Jeanette.
so, I kind of agree that we should not have an action item attached to it, because I don't want to involve management, and then figuring out the right enforcement mechanism will take too long, and I think it will be cumbersome, and I don't think we can get agreement on it. That's one thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Two, the way it's worded is, the wording is directed at cooperators not to yield to any pressure or coercion in or turn in proxies, but don't we want to maximize participation, even if it means by proxy? So I think what you mean is that they shouldn't be coerced into voting for particular candidates?
Actually,
rather than,
that's a good point. By the way, that is a very cogent point, because by saying you don't want the proxies for the election ballots, we are defeating our entire purpose of what the election is for. Because we will be in a situation, it is possible to be in a situation, come to the 9th of May, we get up there, they open the box, they count the ballots, that's all they do is count the ballots to be sure we have a quorum, and we don't have a quorum that night. That's a disaster. A disaster.
The point you're saying is that, so should not feel any pressure to turn the proxies for election ballot for, basically you're saying for any, like, that people should prescribe who to vote for. Not that don't get the ballot.